pops back into my mind, but honestly, I doubt it. I'm supposed to be putting this on. Walking on is the broken glass. Song gets stuck in your head. Turn on for me? Yes, it will. Do we have sound? We do have sound. Lovely. Oh, lovely. Let's chuck that on there. Perfecto. So I'm banking on remembering what that is, but I don't know right now. Also, one wild card, and this is a bit annoying, is the plates that I've found myself in possession of. These paper plates. Be careful what you wish for, because if I show you this paint here is a little bit cooked now. Bring it right up here so you can see. You see how it's got those kind of like staining happening around the oils? It's leaching out. So what's happening there is there's a specific ratio of pigment to linseed oil in oil paints, and if you put it on a surface that is too absorbent, it'll pull that oil out of the pigment and make it dry in a more tacky way. You'll lose colour saturation and beauty. Not all of it, but definitely a portion of it. And that's because these plates are matte, they're not gloss. Gloss will repel the oil. I thought they'd be all right, they're not. So, way to fix that, porcelain's your winner. Porcelain is always your winner. But that's a mistake that I've made today. For today. So we'll use part of it, but the majority of this paint is now cooked because it doesn't work well on these plates. It doesn't happen immediately. It's like a slow burn, kind of slow burn effect over an hour or two. And sometimes, if it's some surfaces that haven't been gessoed at all, the effect could take days. But it will happen. Months. I was actually talking with my photographer. He was actually complaining to me, saying that someone brought in a picture from the photograph, and he said, "This is literally leaching. You can't sell this. Will not see out the decade, and you're going to sell it to someone for $30,000? That's not fair." I'm with him. That is not fair. It is not fair. Hello, Harry. Welcome in. And Harry, I like your attitude towards my drawing. It's lovely to have you here. You legend. So we're currently in two places. We're on TikTok at the moment, and we are streaming live to YouTube. YouTube gives us slightly higher quality for the replay, and it also gives us landscape, so you can see the full spectrum, but so you're not enclosed to the horizontal vertical formata. So depends what you're into. If you want vertical, you're in the right place on TikTok. If you want horizontal, you're in the right place on YouTube. It's really up to you to decide which one is best for you. Hold on, let me just get this clipped on properly. Walking on is the broken glass. You get that in there like that. Yes, here we go. Whoopsie daisies. Make sure it's tucked in. Is it going to stay there? It's definitely not. Definitely not. Just battling away with tech. You're actually supposed to have another little gizmo that connects. This goes down your pocket, and then you have a cord that comes up. But it's just too much of a headache, guys. It doesn't improve the quality. It just gets this little annoying fluff ball away from you, so you look cooler. But unless you believe that the little fluff ball makes you look cool, in which case you're on the right track. Each to their own. Walking on the broken glass. Do 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 do. I guess just doing a little bit of adjustment here. Put the let me bring you around to here. There we go. Lovely. And then if Flick that there. Ah, this place is the lovely Bay of Plenty. And out in that direction to the middle of nowhere, you'll end up in British Columbia. British Columbia, though, so that's Canada, technically. I mean, not even technically, factually, that's Canada. We should be wearing gloves right now, but we'll just be extra careful. Stand back a bit, maybe about here. I pull this across. Bear with me, team. There we go. That's the position. That's good for me. All right, here, tighty. And I can stand on back. Walking on in the broken glass. It's a good song, that one, to get stuck in your head. And once it's in there, it's staying. Oh, that's what I went for. A stool or a chair, because I was getting tired. Well, it took me so long to remember, I've actually got my energy back now. Oh, now it's all coming back to me. It's all coming back to me now. I still haven't painted a Princess Diana portrait. It's true, I haven't. And while I appreciate your passion for it, I'm not leaping out of my chair to do it. There's lots of pictures of her already, though, isn't there? If she reached out personally and said, you know what, I'm keen for this, then I'd leap on that. I'm not sure if she can do that. But if someone of the royal family said, you know what, we really want this, then we might leap on that with more fervour. But as of right now, they haven't contacted me. It's weird. So we'll hold fire. The royal family's playing hard to get, I think. I think I'm being told here that I need to step out of my comfort zone. I think painting Princess Diana from a photo is very much stepping into a comfort zone. Would be my take, but I could be wrong. Walking on with the broken glass. You'll always find that those yellows are just a little bit weaker on that pigment front. Not the end of the world, they're just a little bit less strong. I think that's why Van Gogh got so excited about them back in the day. Because they got good quality yellows and they just really wanted to put them everywhere, you know? Who's that there? Tim, welcome on in, Tim. There we go. Gotcha. Perfecto. Just trying to myself in a stance where I can actually, it's actually, a lot of the painting I do is from a 45. If you can, you want to be straight on from it when you're trying to shape the composition. It just helps get those extra little finer bits the right place standing off. Your feet can be like that. It's like a boxing stance. It is about right. Walking on with the broken glass. Here we are. God, yellow can be gorgeous though. If applied right, yellow is an absolute game changer. Yeah. It's a brighter kind of wedding shot, so it's got that pastely tone to a lot of it. But her dress will, once we get a whole bunch of titanium, enter more of a white realm. But at the moment, this kind of explosion of colour is fun. It's we've got Naples yellow and grey to add. And then we're going to grab a smaller brush and start doing some small little cut bits. But it's also thicker at the moment. There's no mix in it. Just raw dog. Thick, juicy, textured. Do 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 da da dee da do da la da dee dee do 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 da 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 da. Sorry guys, just bumping you around a little bit. There you go. There you go. Do 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 do. Spin that to there. All right, team. Yeah. Yeah. The lighting's playing up a little bit because it's quite glossy, so it'll shine a wee bit, but what up with that smaller brush? Here we are. Next color I need to attack it with is a whole bunch of ultramarine. Here we go. Now let's get rid of that and let's swap to a plate. Do 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 da. Lead da do 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 da. Alita da 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 da. Aliti do da la da da da. La di do da da da. La da 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 dee do da. Do do da 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 da. I'm gonna grab that stool now too. Just something so I can just put my legs at a bit more of an angle. Should be in here. Where are you hiding, little chair? There we go. Technically, I'd far prefer to have a full sight stool, but I'll take this little fella. Here we go. Here we go. A little stool and away we go. It's a little baby stool today. A baby chair. Do 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 do. Letty. All right, gloves on, baby. Question there about outlining things in black. No way. No way. This outlining things in black that's something that we imagine that we see that actually doesn't exist in reality. In reality, there's no dark black outlines around shapes. In reality, there's just literally the colors and tones that make up what we see. And so while you're painting, there's this infatuation with outlining subjects to make sure everyone, even though that's what you were painting, everyone knew that that's exactly what you were painting. Resist that urge. Don't do an outline. I hate it when I go into an exhibition somewhere and to actually frame it, what they've done is literally just boom on the landscape, just big, dirty gory lines to frame it. This is awful, guys. Don't be doing this. You need to actually grow up a bit. If you like it, sure, do it. But I think it only takes away from what you're trying to make. Dun-dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. Lean on this there. There we go. That's where I want to be. As long as I don't fall over backwards, we'll be away. If I twist this slightly to face the sun a bit more, might actually make the viewing angle better for you. We'll see. Do 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 do. La da dee da, la da dee da, la da dee da 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 dee da, la da 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 dee. That's 100% right. Is that Adriana? That's 100% right. You end up with painting for your mental health. You don't have to do it just for negative. If your mental health's in a bad way, you should paint for your mental health when you're in a good way, because painting's going to help you stay in a good place. But I'm glad to hear that it's currently helping you while you're in a bad place. If you're in a bad place. Because it is the kind of thing that can. Music, painting, pottery, poetry. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better hold on. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming today. This is coming together exactly like we wanted it to. Just going to move this a little bit more towards this side though. There we go. Got some shadows giving us a little bit of grief, but nothing too significant. Nothing we can't actively work around if we have to. Okay. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Let me just double check that team. Hey, welcome on in from Christchurch. And who do we have over here? So just to recap, guys, we've got the horizontal stream currently happening on YouTube. So you can see the full spectrum of this lovely place we find ourselves in. And we have the vertical stream happening on TikTok. Love the double portrait. I have not picked up a paintbrush in 8 years, and I am rearranging Moo. Rearranging Moo. Hey Connor, help me out with that. What's Moo? Hopefully you go about picking up a paintbrush again, because this is like singing. I don't do it in public because I'm not a great singer, but I sing in the shower, and it's good for your mental health. Artwork, like art therapy. We're kind of really used to hearing that term because it's a real thing. And hey Jay, all right. Sorry guys, let me just have a little bit of a geeze here and see what the next colour needs to be. There's magenta everywhere. There's not a lot of red right now, like actual poppy red. There is, but it's kind of, it looks pretty good actually. There's a few little bits and pieces, but do we add more? No. No, I like the amount of red we've got. The question is, what do we add though? There's enough Naples. I think it's I kind of like that. I kind of like that too. It's going to be a whole lot of white. That's what we need. And I think we can be naughty with the white. What we can do with the white is we can actually start with the brush that we already have blue all over. Here we go. Let me get these gloves on. 1 and 2. Voila. Voila, voila, voila. There we go. Let's grab these 2 white tubes. Which is good. I got 2 different brands of titanium dioxide. Titanium oxide? 2 different brands of white. So now we can actually compare and see which one's pretty fun. You like it? Fantastic. I appreciate that. Someone saying I should be an artist. That's lovely feedback. Look, I'm not sure. I'll consider it. Okay, so I know I said white. This is going to start off sky blue, because what's left on the brush. Cheers. This is oils. We're not using any solvents in the oils today. It's just raw oils, so we're maskless. But sorry, sky blue first, and then we're going to end up moving into some more white as we go. We may lose all of this white to sky blue because of how potent that ultramarine pigment is, but that's okay. We'll just keep coming on back and just building it up some more. Ultramarine has very little chill. It's a real power whack. Okay. That's your choice. Let's do this. Right. Here we go. Cheers, appreciate that. Just wish to bless you. I've never met her, but I've met this gentleman a few times. We've formed a bit of a connection, and now our job is to paint him and his wife. So he's told me all about her. This is a shot from their wedding day. So he's told me all about her, and now we're painting them in love. We're going to add in a few other colours in the bottom here, like not big bold bits, but small little flakes of different pigments, which will be the flowers, the colours of the flowers from the gardens of the day of their marriage, of the location. But apart from that, every other colour is going to go wild in its different directions, as long as we can capture them. And most importantly, this is the thing with wedding shots, capture the love. So that takes a million different forms, but usually it's a lot of colour and it's more of a gentle, supple kind of stroke. You don't want vigor and fury and chaos, and sometimes chaos in the love. You want it to actually be this beautiful. You can tell with the stroke whether it was done slow and delicately or just slashed at. Hey Jules, been a long time no see. It's a good plane. Wouldn't it have been better to start with the flowers first, then the bodies? Being that the flowers in context would be highlights, definitely best to finish with them. And even if they weren't, no, better's completely subjective, and in my opinion, completely no. I couldn't give you a stronger no than this one actually, KK Newley. Absolutely, the dabbling of highlights would happen at the end. Like, no, no. I'm not going to entertain that one any further. There we go. God, I've got Lion King stuck in my head, and it's not a bad thing. That song with Naylor, when she's like, if there's so much I should be, can I still just be me, the way I am? I think, oh. Great song. Banger. Strictly a banger. Seems to loosen this up a little bit. It's a bit, paint's just a little bit on the thick side. Just a touch. So we're going to come in here. I'm just going to show you right up close. There we go. Teeniest, tiniest, little bit. It's the stuff here. It's called Miracle Medium. It has been a long time, Jules, and I'm gutted because I love having you on these streams. And the only thing that's been getting me through the long nights is that we always have Steve jumps in, Jay's here often, KK Newley, We have our disagreements, but he never lets me down. He's here. See here, it just gets a little bit, texture is just a little bit better. Here we go, I can work with this now. That's what I want. Yeah, perfect. You still want it like toothpaste, but toothpaste that maintains its texture and form. Whoa! That wasn't a jab. That was a seeking of camaraderie. And how many hours on this one? We are on a juicy. Oh god, I haven't been filling out timesheets. Put it in at 15 hours, 15 to 20 hours. On my way out, Sole, I'll miss you. Your work's brilliant. 10:30 p.m. here, looking for a jam. You go jam. I love your style. Do your thing. If there's so much I should be, can I still just be me? The way I am. Of course you can, Nala. Of course you can. Who's going to say no to that? What a reasonable request. We are one, you and I. We are like the earth and sky. More than we are wondered. Undare. Eden da da da. Undare. Undare. Even do da ba. We are one, you and I. We are like the earth and sky. Aloha, Steve. We were just talking about you. Welcome back in. And hello to the 5 crazy cats who are joining us from YouTube. Guys, today, wildcard. Vertical stream is here on TikTok. Horizontal stream is on YouTube. There are 5 lovely people and 5 likes on YouTube. There are 30 lovely people and a few more likes on TikTok. But guys, it's the same stuff. It's just different angles. You'll find you'll. Hold on, we got a YouTube comment here, guys. Give me a second. Beautiful, from a guy named Red. Blake Shelton sings a song about a dog called Red. Massive fan of it. Anyway, guys, TikTokers, you will know this shot. You've seen this one a million times. We're pushing 20 hours on it. Working with oil paint. It's thick and juicy. And I was saying earlier that I've fallen in love with it, and I'm going to offer to buy it back off the collector because I think I might want to be keeping this one, which means we've got it to the right place. But I don't know. There's something about the charm of oils. I get weird. Anyway, beautiful day for it. Everything's perfect, and we have to just keep adding paint. We are one, you and I. We are like the earth and sky. Do-do-do, da-da-ding, da-da-da. Okay. A little bit of this one. We are one, you and I. We are like the earth and sky. More than we are wondere, wondere. We are one, and wondere, wondere. If there's so much I should be, can I still just be me? The way I am. Da 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 dee. Hondore. Hondore. We are one, you and I. We are like the earth and sky. More than we are wondere, wondere. Yeah, cheers, Jay. So, whether you're on YouTube, you can hit a like button, which is amazing. Thank you very much to anyone who does. And if you're on TikTok, you can slam the like button over and over again. But if it gets in the way, I find I end up clicking out of the TikTok stream and whatnot. You're totally all good not to. I forgive you. Whatever works best for you. In terms of how many years painting, it's a big question. So I'm 32. I think I'm 32, maybe 33. I forget. 32. 32? Let's go for 32. And then if I remember I'm 33, I'll update you. I started painting when I was younger. I don't know when, but like, just like you got, what is it, Britain's Got Talent, and you suddenly find that someone's got an amazing singing voice, like Susan Boyle, undiscovered, and then all of a sudden, boom. So too, art can work in the same way, that just because you didn't start when you were a kid doesn't mean you don't have an unlocked talent that hasn't been realized. Cheers, Seb. I'm the guy who's been using one specific TikTok to doze off. Happy to make it live. Man, if I'm helping you sleep, I am honored to be here. And when you trickle off to sleep, and you leave TikTok running on my stream, just know that while you sleep and you've left one viewer in the room on my channel, you're supporting me via the algorithm to get more exposure as an artist. So your sleep is supporting me as an artist. I hope that helps. Is it America's Got Talent? Of course it is in the USA. I was watching Britain's Got Talent the other day, I think, so that's why it's in my head. There's actually a few of you that actually, I know you fall asleep in the stream, and I love you for it. I've seen, I know Steve's done it a few times. He's in the stream, and you see Steve there. There's comments, and all of a sudden you just see Steve still there, and the comments stop, and I'm like, it's late in Hawaii. I think Jay's a log out and go to sleep kind of guy. I've never known Jay to fall asleep in a stream, but like things change. I've been playing Diablo 4 a whole lot lately, and I fell asleep with Diablo 4 playing. Woke up, and it just says you have died. Because obviously when you fall asleep, you know, things are still attacking you. It's a bit of a wake up, actually. If there's so much I should be, can I still just be me? The way I am. Pardon me. You gonna stay there for me? Please do. If there's so much I should be. I do often tussle with the idea of going to a smaller brush from this size, but I just wonder if it's getting too granular and you actually lose expression. There's a point where you've gone far enough. You know, you go deep enough. And I find that a smaller brush might just lose the essence of some of those more fun brush strokes. Sometimes I do it. I always regret it, and then I fantasize about it. Smaller brushes are kind of like a toxic ex. You're like, oh, just go with a smaller brush, just this one time, just give it another little go. And then you just regret it again and again and again. So I can see on the YouTube one, it's pretty cool. Like you can see the whole beach and stuff. This isn't my house, this is a rental. We've only got it for a 6-month period. So Shelby just really wanted to be by the beach. She's a surfer. She wanted our daughter Cooper to be by the beach. Just everything about it. She wanted to. It ticked all the boxes. And I make it sound like I'm a martyr. I did it for everyone else. It actually works really well for me because look at this spot to paint in, and I don't mind the beach at all. In fact, even though it's winter, I do need to get down there and swim a bit more often. If there's so much I should be, I need my zoomed in glasses so I can see. To all you TikTok live nappers, though, I respect it. I don't want you to think I'm giving you a hard time. I respect it. I mean, we had a funny instance the other day. I was looking at my live hours on Diablo 4, and it's like pushing 200, which isn't far off my 350 on Skyrim. But the Skyrim hours were legitimately all played. In Diablo, a lot of them are just 10-hour stretches of me, 8 hours, 6 hours, 4 hours of me sleeping, as opposed to actually playing Diablo. So, I'll let you know when my Diablo hours cross my Skyrim hours. But at the moment, hour for hour, definitely still a Skyrim boy. If you don't play computer games or Xbox or PlayStation games, like a good RPG that you get lost in the wilderness and just stroll around, I hope you've got your own activity to keep you mentally stable. Because for me, it's as much therapy as art is. Doing all the math on a Diablo character to make sure your damage per second is optimized. Oh, I love that. And then throwing the math out a little bit, just so you can get optimized movement speed for satisfaction. I'll lose a bit of DPS so I can increase my movement speed a little bit just to make the game more fun for me. And it's always like a naughty little decision because you're like, ooh, my character's less efficient in combat, but I can move faster. It's the things we do for ourselves. I don't really need graphics. I turn the graphics down to low, and I just put the frame rate up huge. I just want a really good frame rate, and to help my eyes a bit, I turn the sharpness up to full, so it kind of turns into like I don't want fancy graphic Diablo. I don't want fancy graphic games. Go home, take that with you. I want really smooth games, so high frame rate, and then I like to get it with that graphics right down lowest, with the sharpness right up, and it turns kind of pixelated, and so it feels like an old school pixelated like Spyro or RuneScape, like a RuneScape, except you're playing an advanced version of Diablo. Just give me that. Just give me that. Don't waste millions making fancy graphics. I'm still going to buy the game, and it's wasted on me. I can't even see it. Like, I don't know why they worry about great graphics, being that everyone who would play the game, usually when you have expendable income to buy video games, your eyesight's giving up anyway. Like, what are the graphics for? Who's using those? Like, I don't know. Pessimistic of me, but like when they're like, "Oh, the graphics are higher in this game," I'm sure they are. I can't see it. I'm sure it does exist, but I Do you reckon they're loving it or laughing at the painting? One of the two. We are one, you and I. We are like the earth and sky. More than we are one today. One today. Eden do do do. I like that stroke. It's a good one. All right, team. Oh, network error. It's well timed though. We're gonna probably just add a bit more. Thinking about it. So just a little bit more red to it, and then we'll probably call it a day. Or a day. A session. A session. We are one, you and I. We are like the earth and sky. More than we are one today. One today. Just this last little bit of red. See this here? You bring this right up so you can see it. Yeah, that's the angle. How's that? Yum. So that's our red. Thick and juicy. Sorry if TikTok cut out there for a moment, guys. I was, I don't know what got into it. We are one, you and I. We are like the earth and sky. like the earth and sky. All right, team. Let me give you a bit of a front-on action shot of what we got here, and then I'm going to go grab myself a cup of tea. All right. Is this still connected over here? Let me just have a look-see here. You are one, you and I, yeah, like the earth and sky. All right, let me bring you over here so you get a proper look, team. Okay, so, excuse my hand, holding it from the wrong side. Right, this is where we're at. I've got my chair out here. Ooh, Bob, 11 p.m. Okay, you can get some sleep in just a moment. I'll be done in like 2 minutes. Okay, so this is the beach. Obviously, this is where we're at. These are the dunes, and just past that, the waves, and that direction, British Columbia. So let's come into this picture here. I wonder if I actually spin you around. There we go. Okay, up close. So we have our shot over here that we're working with. Et voila, there's our couple. And then we come back here and you can see impressionist, wild paint in all directions. We come right up to it. I want you to see how textured this paint actually is. Really lugged on. I want you to really lose definition up close. And as you come back, let me keep on coming back. There we go. The couple should come into context. But it doesn't want to happen off the bat. It wants to actually happen around this sort of point. You want to get half couple, half abstract. Some things indicate neck, eyes, arm, whatever, suit, blah. At this point, nothing. This wants to just be pure paint, wild. And then back here, if you come back far enough, you want to start questioning whether it's paint or not. Obviously, if I walk back any further, I'm going to fall off the edge. So this is as far back as I'll go, but you should really start to see the context of a couple starting to come through. There's a bit more pieces to go. You see on his face here on this right-hand side, there's a bit more, I think, blues to just dabble in around there. That's what hasn't been touched, the sort of cerulean that peaks in down here. And then it's very delicate around this area. And the reason for it is her face blends in with the background a bit. And so we have to be very careful not to do a hard outline and actually paint what's there. This little part here, see that bit of blue, the back of his jacket, just separating the white from that pink? That was me, that was naughty, that wasn't actually in the picture at all. I just really couldn't handle but to not draw a hard line in. So hopefully we can grow up a bit and edit out this one little line, but everything else belongs in there. We're literally painting the shapes and the colors we see, and only that. And that's what makes the work come together in the most way. All right, guys, much love from the New Zealand studio. It's time for a cup of tea. Bye.